All right, hey, how's it, everybody? It's right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter. You might have noticed I had a little different intro today because I had C Honda send me that video. And I thought that video was pretty cool. All those little things are going on out in the water just outside my house. We got ourselves a bunch of little sharky sharks and a bunch of little Dungeness crabs, and boy, oh boy, we got the flounders, let me tell you. You heard of the Sounders? Well, maybe you haven't. It's our Seattle soccer team, the Seattle Sounders, but in that there Sounder, there is a ton of flounder. All right, you guys, I'm going to say hello to everybody who's hanging out. It looks like Shock is here first. Shock's always here first. She's making sure that she's getting the doors open, and she's like the general manager here. And then we have got Darlene coming in from our Central Time, and it looks like Shock coming in on the YouTube Twitch interface is working out. Thank goodness. I don't know if it's working on the YouTube side, but I'm seeing YouTube comments coming in on Twitch. I'm seeing them both hitting on the restream, so I'm hoping everybody can see each other. And you guys, I know that you're way down on the scroll. I'm way on the top of the scroll because I'm seeing who's here. Rating came in with Terry. Yeah, Rating. Hey, Rating, good to see you. Glad you came in on a Terry. Okay, what I really meant to say is Terry is raiding with a party of 4. Thank you, Terry, for that raid. And I'm going to say that I'm going to say that Terry came in on the raid. I am going to say that. I'm going to go on the record. Terry came in on Terry's raid. I'm also going to say that Katie's Aura came in. Hey, Katie. That's who I was trying to say hi to. And then eMusic is here saying aloha to everybody. Rick, Darlene, the Central Time folk people, probably a little bit chilly up in there. And let's see here, Picola T, it's looking pretty crabby down there. Yep, exactly. I was crabby earlier today. And I might tell you why. It's nothing anybody can do about it. Well, anyway, but I might just tell you why. Actually, I might ask you why. What the heck am I supposed to do? But before I do that, eMusic, hey, I think I said hi, but I'm saying hi again. And Terry, I don't know if I said hi proper, but hi, Terry, I've been mentioning you. And let's see here, we've got eMusic, Darlene. DJ Smook came in on that raid, does not surprise me at all. And I'm still way up here, you guys, so hold on. Shock complaining about a woodpile action because she was busy yesterday and now she's sore. Pinnell, though, probably came on that there raid. Hey, Pinnell, good to see you. Subscribe to level tier 1, which is all you really need from this one, for 35 months. And she's saying hello to all the kitties, and the kitties will say hello back as soon as I make them. And let's see here, we've got Katie's Aura, 3 stream streak, Pinnell, Shock, all right, let's see, Terry, did I get both those video files? Sugarcane is an important documentary that you must show. I didn't get, no, actually, we'll talk about that in a second. Remind me, I'm going through right now and saying hello, but remind me, we'll talk about that in a minute. And Picola T, you once had a rough encounter with a flounder bone, which got lodged in your throat horizontally. Oh my God. The nurse and doc got a good laugh after he moved it with giant tweezers. Oh my goodness, that sounds scary, dude. And, Rick, but did you survive? Well, you know. All right, so Darlene is confirming that snow will be coming the way tomorrow through Friday. About 3 to 4 to maybe 5 inches is what they're saying. Well, that sounds chilly. And it looks like we got Verity Hunt coming in on the YouTube side, and I can see Verity. I don't know if Verity can see us, but I think she can because she's saying hello to Terry in Scotland. All right, so now that we've said hello and everything to everybody, we can get the party started, and then Terry and I can talk about movies because we need to talk about movies anyway. All right, let's do it. Wait, let's do it. Now we'll do it. All right, and yeah, Darlene being, wow, Picola T, that must have been scary. That's all I could think of, too, was like, that would be really scary to go to the doctor because you're choking on something that you can't, I mean, at least you could breathe, but yeah, that would have been very scary. And let's see here. So, 7 degrees in northern Wisconsin. Oh, my, oh, my. I think we're in our normal degrees here in Western Washington. So let's see here. Terry in Scotland's got 36. Oh, no, we're really warm. Actually, no, and that makes sense. We're 50 degrees right now, which does make sense because the last few nights I've actually been sleeping with both the back door and my window open because I'm weird like that. And I like my house cold. So it has been warm enough, but it's also been raining. We're in the middle of an atmospheric river, apparently, that's going to continue. And so they used to call those the Pineapple Express, but now they don't. I don't really know why they don't call it the Pineapple Express, but they don't. I guess maybe because it's a weed strain or something. That's my guess, at least. But Shock got gosh darn good weather. 62 degrees. I would love that. I would love that. All right, so Terry was asking me if I had gotten the 2 videos. Terry, the short answer is no, I have not gotten the 2 videos. I did not even see that Sugarcane was an attempt to share. And then the other video, which I presume was the season... oh, okay, I'm assuming it was season 3, episode 9. The one that you resent me was still the same season that... or the same not right episode. And so, long answer, no, I didn't, but I did get one, but it was wrong. You posted both in my general Discord chat. Okay, I haven't been there for a couple days, so that would explain why I haven't seen them. So I will check those out and be in touch with you in regards to that. Now, Pecola Tea coming in. They don't call it Pineapple Express anymore. The Kanakas took offense. Interesting. Now, why would they take offense to that? Okay, let me rephrase. Well, I don't know if I can rephrase it, but let me set the tone. I'm not asking, like, what's their problem? Why are they offended by that? I'm curious. I'm really curious. Like, oh, really? I wonder why they were offended by that. And the reason why I say that is coming from the Pacific Northwest, the weather pattern that used to be called Pineapple Express, I always thought it was called that because it wasn't just rain, it was warm rain. It was a warmer than usual, weather trend that had a lot of water with it. So the pineapple was the warmth, and it was just this fast track of weather that came from a warm place that kept it warm rain. So, the phrase appeared to place the blame on Hawaiian waters. Okay. And Terry, you checked the Res episode. It's legit. Sweet. Awesome. Okay, so word on the street, y'all, and you're learning this just as the same time I am. We might have season 3, episode 9. And when we're going to show it, I'm not quite sure, but we might have our hands on it. I don't have my hands on it yet, which is why I say might. Don't ever trust my technological abilities not to screw something up. But in theory, we have the lost episode. Thanks once again to Terry. And because pineapple from the factories is derogatory? I don't know what you mean by that, eMusic, but let's see here. Okay, so Darlene was saying you saw that on the Hawaii KHN News and Weather. Heat wave going on by you, Pecola Tea. Oh, she's talking about the higher than normal temperatures in Hawaii. Got it. And let's see here. Okay, so and Darlene has confirmation. I did see it in the Discord. Cool, thanks again, Terry. So it is there. Now, if we don't end up using it or having it, yeah, it's not Terry's fault. Let's see how I can screw this up. Let's see how I hope don't screw it up. But, you know, until we see it, we don't technically have it. And in regards to Sugarcane, yeah, Sugarcane is an amazing documentary. I am not sure I want to show it. I'm definitely going to be asking the viewers if we want to watch it together. I am curious about seeing it. But we've already covered that topic of the residential schools to a little bit of a degree. And in the fictional ways in which we've covered that topic, I know that Darlene was very upset. She had to leave the movie that talked about it. I don't know. I'm on the fence about showing it. I do think it's important that everybody who wants to see that movie watches that movie. I think that if you're at all interested in learning about the North American treatment of the indigenous populations, both in Canada and in the United States, it's an incredibly important documentary to watch. And I also think that it's really important to remember that Canada has done a lot more to acknowledge their history with what they did during the during the residential schools, whereas the United States really hasn't. And so even though this particular movie, Sugarcane, is a documentary about Canada, it's fairly safe to assume at this point in our history that anything that happened in Canada also happened in America, only way, way larger scale. And when I say way, way larger scale, I just mean we have more people. And so logically speaking, it affected more people. And so, yeah, so those who want can see it on the Discord channel or can download it. I definitely appreciate Terry in Scotland and Kenny from the Cove both have requested we show that documentary. And we might, but that I want to put up for discussion because it is a super heavy topic. And even when we watched it in a fictionalized way, it was a super heavy topic. So a documentary, just for me at least, hits home even harder. And so I'm unsure, and I want to come to I want to run it by the crowd. So when we've got in the next couple weeks, when we've got some open movie slots, we will have this discussion. And you know that crap happened, but it's so sad and terrible watching it in detail that people can be that cruel to another human. Exactly, Darlene. And like I said, what we were watching was like fictionalized versions. So to actually have like the documentary, it is it's a heartache waiting to happen, and we definitely need to be in the right mood, or not the right mindset to watch that. But right now, speaking of movies, for Satterbox of the Cinema, we have 1 week left of the holiday mindset, right? And right, see, Verity's coming in. I can't watch Vietnam War stuff. I hear you. Right, exactly. And so so if we've got a bunch of people who are like, yeah, I'm ready to do it, then we will do it. But if a lot of people are like, oh, this makes me feel squishy and I don't know, then yeah, we might have to put it further on the back burner. Hey, Bobby Shaney, so good to see you. You're here just in time to be part of the discussion. Next Saturday, this coming Saturday, that is, we are going to, by the way, Solstice, I believe, this coming Saturday, we're going to watch some kind of Christmassy holiday movie. And we've only got a few Christmassy holiday movies in the collection here. So what we've got here, I went through all the holiday movies that I have, or Christmas movies that I have. Scrooged is on the list, Darlene. We have Scrooged. We have Daddy's Home 2, and we've already watched that twice, so I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, so what we've got is we've got The Ref. We've got Elf. We've got Daddy's Home 2. And we've got Scrooged. Wait, I thought I had 5. No, I guess I only have 4. So, and then we have, as a dark horse runner, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, but I don't have Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, so I can't show that. Now, if somehow that particular movie were to end up in my collection, we might be able to watch that maybe the weekend after Christmas, or maybe even this one. But I don't have that, so that's not part of it's not part of this vote, y'all. So the vote is the Ref, Elf, Daddy's Home 2, or Scrooged. Now, I know that Kenny from the Cove votes the Ref. He's made that very clear. And it sounds like Darlene is voting for Scrooged. So, now... So now I've begun the tally. And Terry and Scotland, I'll just say that if there's a hell, a certain Father McGrath is there now. Right, yeah, I not at all surprised about that. And Poppy also goes with Scrooged. Okay, this is a dark horse suggestion that I did not think would get votes. But okay, so we've got two Scrooged, whatever. We got two for them. We got two for them. And we can revisit this topic throughout the evening. So yeah. So Elf, the Ref, Scrooged, or Daddy's Home 2. All right. So, and Shock is going to, even though she doesn't really watch the movies, she's also going to vote for Scrooged. Okay. All right. So that is the first order of business, which is good order of business because I've been meaning to talk about this business for a couple streams now, and I completely forgot. So, alrighty then, let's see here. Uh-oh. I forgot to load a Lono listening break today. We'll have to figure that out. Let's see here. Alright, so Rick coming in. Oh, it looks like Scrooged looks like there's no contest at this point, but that's okay. The voting's not done yet. And yes, exactly, Shock. The studio mode is my friend, precisely. But actually, as it turns out, we have a topic that I wanted to let you guys know about that has another video that goes along with it, and it's a very boring video. But unfortunately, it was the only one I could really find that was useful to the topic at hand, and so why don't we just get into that topic at hand? Exactly, the polls are still open. So let's go into this unfun topic at hand, which is money. money. There are some bills, specifically $50 and $100 bills, that are no longer being accepted at very important places like ATMs, Walmart, Costco, Target, Dollar Tree, etc. And what do you do with bills that they won't take? Because it's supposed to be legal for all debts, public and private. It says so on that their paper money. But yeah, so to bolster the security of the monetary system, the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, by the way, it's the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, the Secret Service and the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee have implemented an initiative to stop U.S. retailers, banks, and ATMs from accepting specific banknotes. These are in particularly $50 and $100 bills. And reports indicate that the dollar bills set to be rejected include those classified as mutilated, with cuts, damaged edges, or discoloration. This policy applies to stores and supermarkets such as Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree, etc. And when you think to yourself, that's no big deal, I can just go to the bank and get them fixed. No, actually, not all banks are going to take them anymore. The laws are getting to be so much tightened that the banks will not exchange your mutilated money. Instead, you're going to have to submit your mutilated money to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, and they're going to then you're going to have to put in a claim, and you're going to have to send all that cash through the mail or you can go to DC and file it yourself, hand it over in person. But they will examine the notes, and they will make sure that they're legit and not counterfeit. And then they will, if they determine that they are legitimate bills that need to be replaced, they will mail you money back. So, and it might take months upon months upon months before you get that money back. And let's see here. Coltino joke. This summer, Mr. P was able to exchange ratty, moldy Scottish banknotes from the 80s and got crisp new bills. Probably wouldn't have happened in the U.S. Precisely. They absolutely are not allowing that type of thing anymore. And I believe that in the state of Texas, this is what Texas, I think, in Florida are the two states, but I know that Texas is one of them, where this is rolling out like now. They're getting like the state has even stepped in and said, yep, you need to not accept these bills. And so, Mitchie Mama, so you shouldn't put your money in the mattress. Well, once it gets old enough, you might want to exchange it for new bills. And hey, good to see you, Mitchie Mama. And so, so basically, if you end up in this situation where you've got bills that suddenly that no one wants to take, this is the link that you can go to. And I hope I still have it. I don't think I do, but here, this is the link. And obviously, no. Obviously you can't click that link. But here, what I can do is this. Ooh, hold on. So I just posted a hot link in the chat for Twitch and in the chat for Restream. And Rick, does the IRS accept cash? No, they only take Target gift cards. Okay, first off, I was a liar. The IRS does not take Target gift cards. Let me just make that very clear. And Rick, they don't really take cash, but they do take the money right out of your bank. So I guess in a way they take cash. But no, Verity, this is not just in Washington. This is all over. In fact, in Texas, there's a couple states where they are doing it now. And I know that Texas is one of them. So this is going to be probably a piecemeal effort that vendor by vendor, store by store, company by company will start to implement as their policy. But like I said, and like I've been reading, like I've been reading in a lot of these articles, Target, Walmart, Dollar Tree, and Costco are all retailers that the feds have said, you please need to start implementing this policy. And those retailers in Texas, from what I read, are starting to implement it now. So I don't know how quick it's going to hit the other states. But basically, if you end up having money that no one takes anymore, first off, I would go to my bank and see if the bank will exchange it for me. But the bank technically doesn't have to once it falls into mutilated category. It's confirmed it's old bills only or even new $100 bills at the retailers. Poppy, it could be a brand new one, but if it's torn in half, they ain't gonna take it anymore. It's mute anything that the money could be old or young. That doesn't actually matter. It's how mutilated it is. Now, granted, the older it is, the more likely it is to fall into the mutilated consideration. But even a new bill could get burned up. The new bill could get burned up and it's half burnt, half alive. So that type of thing is definitely considered mutilated. And so on that note, yeah, exactly, Verity, more control over our finances. Absolutely, absolutely. And Nicola T, yeah, on that note, it's time we retire pennies. Totally. Although, ironically, if we retire pennies, then pennies will suddenly be worth a lot more than they're worth. But anyway, and Mitchie Mama, I am right there with you. All I know is when Armageddon hits, we won't be able to use our cards. Actually, Mitchie Mama, I'm going to one-up you. In a really big windstorm or hurricane, a lot of times people can't use their cards. Cash always works, man. There's a lot of reasons why a card don't work, but cash always works. And so, unless of course the vendor refuses to take it, but that's their problems. And so, let's see here. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna show you. This is our boring video. This is a very boring video. This is a boring video, y'all. But we're gonna watch it because we need to know, and the more you know, the better it is. But basically, this is a little video from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, letting you know what is or isn't considered mutilation. Now, what the video says is or isn't considered mutilation, I think has maybe changed a little bit, because in the articles that I've read, they are including cuts, damaged edges, or discoloration. And so I think that mutilated bills have a wider scope of definition these days. But I also know that with the way they're asking the retailers to be the ultimate arbiters as to whether or not they'll accept it, if they don't accept it, then it's been determined mutilated. So you get to, you get to turn it into the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. And let's see here. On the morning of 9/11, after extending my hotel room and car rental, I immediately went to the ATM for cash. Absolutely, Picola T. And you got to that ATM early enough, because I wouldn't be surprised if you weren't the only one doing that day. All right, so while we watch this really boring video that will hopefully teach us things, I'm going to search for our loan and listening break today. But I just wanted to give you guys a heads up about this change in cash, because I have spent some pretty worn out, useless, ugly, ripped up, taped apart, half missing bills my whole life. And apparently we are not going to be able to do that anymore. So let's learn a little bit about our money and the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, shall we?
Hello, and thank you for watching. In this video, we will talk about mutilated currency redemption and illustrate what is and isn't considered mutilated currency. The United States government provides the redemption of mutilated U.S. currency to lawful holders as a free public service. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing, often referred to as BP, is the only federal agency that redeems mutilated paper currency. The redemption process is handled by BP's Mutilated Currency Division, a team of dedicated employees who work diligently and carefully to sift through large volumes of damaged paper currency to determine value and authenticity for possible redemption. The division processes more than 23,000 cases every year, totaling approximately $35 million. It is important to determine if the currency you possess is eligible for redemption at BP. For our purposes, U.S. currency can be classified in the following ways: fit, unfit, contaminated, counterfeit, and mutilated. If what you are trying to redeem falls in any category other than mutilated, BP will not be able to process it. Fit notes are normal notes you can use in everyday commerce. They are not eligible for redemption at BP. These are considered fit notes. They have no significant blemishes or deterioration. They work well in vending machines and ATMs. Unfit notes are notes that are torn, worn, graffitied, missing a piece, or otherwise won't work well in vending machines or ATMs. Although these notes are damaged, they are not considered mutilated and are not eligible for redemption at BP. The notes shown here are unfit, not mutilated. Your local bank or credit union can exchange them if the unfit note contains at least 51% or more of the original note and doesn't require a specialized examination to determine the note's denomination or authenticity. Contaminated notes may have mold, blood, or other contaminants on them. BP does not process contaminated notes. Contaminated notes need to be packaged in a special way. They should go to your deposit bank or directly to the Federal Reserve if you are a Federal Reserve Bank member. At the end of this video, we will provide a link to the Federal Reserve's website for instructions on handling contaminated currency. Counterfeit notes are notes that are not genuine U.S. currency and have been produced illegally. Please do not send counterfeit notes to BP. These are a few examples of counterfeit notes. Suspected counterfeit currency should be reported to local authorities. Law enforcement agencies, banks, and cash processors will submit alleged counterfeit currency to the United States Secret Service. The Secret Service has a web submission tool for counterfeits, which we will provide a link to at the end of this video. BP does not accept any coins or foreign currency. We only accept genuine U.S. paper currency. Mutilated currency includes, and is not limited to, notes that have been shredded, buried, burned, or dried to a petrified state. The notes shown here are considered mutilated. As you can see, they come in a variety of different shapes and forms. These types of notes are eligible for examination at BP. Trained examiners will receive the mutilated currency to determine its value and authenticity. If it is determined that what you have is indeed mutilated currency, the next step is to fill out BP Form 5283 through BP's website. Please visit the links below to access the resources which we referenced earlier in the video. If you have additional questions, please email the Mutilated Currency Division at mcdstatus@bp.gov. Thank you for watching.
Okay, so as you can see, that particular video, it was made a year ago, and it seems to contradict some of the stuff that the media is talking about with the new regulations. So I'm not exactly sure, like I said, if a retailer or an ATM refuses to accept your $100 bill or $50 bill, because right now the regulations are just for hundreds, $100 bill and $50 bills. The 20s, apparently they're not asking those retailers to reject them. It's the mutilated, damaged, discolored, frayed edge, torn in half 50s or 100s that this regulation that's starting out is what this is referring to. So nothing to worry, don't worry about the dollar bills, no worry about the coins or anything like that. Now, in that video, they did mention, you can just take them to the bank. Well, all of the media that I've been reading about this new regulation, nobody has said you can take them to the bank. They all of them make it clear you need to return them to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. I don't know whether or not the media's got that part right or wrong. I would absolutely go to my bank first, because it'll be the least of your hassles. And then if your bank's like, nope, now you can at least you'll understand, like, oh, that's weird, but I guess that's what Molly was trying to tell, Mad Statter was trying to talk about, was, they're not allowed to take them anymore, and we have to send them to that weird place. And so what's that weird place? That video is all about that's what weird place. So I just wanted to get that out for you guys to know, because, as a general rule of thumb, I use money. I might be the only one, I know, but I do. I use money. And so I figured if you use money, this might be of interest to you. Granted, for our Canadian viewers, our UK viewers, absolutely this is of no use to you, even though I'm guessing you use money as well. But here in the United States, this is what is going on. And quite honestly, I don't know what type of counterfeit issues other countries face, but my best guess is other countries are probably, if they're as worried about counterfeiting as the United States is, other countries are probably going to implement similar changes at some point, or maybe they already have them. And Bobby Shaney, yeah, I use money very frequently. I always have to have cash on me at all times. I do too. I mean, and if I don't, it's because I'm on my way to the ATM to get some cash on me. And I can't, the idea of having no cash on me is just very bothersome. Not to mention also, I think Andy Bumatai was the one that was complaining about it. He's like, Why do you have to use your debit card for $1.25 stick of, for a packet of gum? Like, you don't have the money in your pocket for a packet of gum? Come on, get real. And speaking of somebody who works on the vendor side of the plastic monies, it costs it costs the business money to take your plastic money. How about you throw a small business a bone and just pay $1.25 with, I don't know, $1.25. And Rick also actually brings up a very good point. If they say nope, just go to your nearest nightclub with a few friends and buy the first round with that nasty 100. Honestly, there is something to be said for that, because the major retailers that are being asked not to take these bills are not your local mom and pop shops. They're major retailers like Walmart and Costco and Dollar Tree and Target. And so yeah, if you can't spend them there, then try to spend them someplace else. If you can't spend them someplace else, then take them to the bank. And if finally the bank refuses them, then we've got this Bureau of Engraving and Printing method situation that they say they want you to go through. Frankly, I think that that's really stupid, because if everybody sent all of their questionable bills to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing, there would be a cash flow shortage, and that bureau would be just overwhelmed. I don't really think they understand what's going to happen when they're implementing something like this, but that's exactly what happens. There's the rule of unforeseen consequences. And so DJ Smoke back from a phone call and trailed us. I totally prefer using cash as well. You just don't. Well, anyone who's been here before and watched me get on my soapbox about businesses that refuse to accept cash, they know how I feel about cash. Yeah, I like cash. Okay, I like cash. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland, I gave my last 10-pound note to a bus driver a few months ago. You think you might have a few pound coins to rub together? Well, you know what, dude? You're not the only one. Most people really absolutely are all about the plastic, which I can appreciate. It is easier to a degree. I can appreciate that. But one of the reasons why I don't like using plastic is because I spend the same $20 over and over again, which my bank doesn't realize. No, that's the same 20 I just spent. Like, that same $20 bill, I still had it in my head. I forgot that I spent it, and I spent it again. I didn't mean to spend it twice, but you're gonna spend that 120 twice, and now it turned into 40, and I didn't mean to spend 40. I meant to spend 20, but I spent the 20 twice because it was the same 20 in my head that I spent, that I thought, but I forgot, and then I didn't. And then, see, that doesn't happen. When I have a $20 bill in my wallet and it's gone, I stop spending that $20 bill. And yeah, exactly. No, Picola Tea, most of the newer businesses, it seems, are, and some of them aren't even small businesses. Baskin and Robin in my town won't accept cash. The 7-Eleven down the street from my house started to not accept cash, and then I reminded them that they're a lotto retailer. You have to have at least $500 worth of cash on hand just to cash out lottery tickets. You can't not be a no cash establishment. You sell lottery tickets. And when the lottery department from the state came and told them that too, they said, oh, I guess we're going to take cash again. But until they were reminded by the Washington State Department of Gambling that they had to have cash, they weren't trying to have cash. And that's 7-Eleven. That's not even a small business. So it's not even a new business either. Yeah, and I've had that happen too. Sorry, no cash. And quite honestly, Verity, and I only did this because it was 7-Eleven. I wouldn't have done this to a mom and a pop. But I actually said, I only have cash and I have the exact change. So here's $12.11. which is what it costs. And I just took it. I just left. I left. It's like, you can take my cash or not. I don't care. But I'm paying. You're refusing to accept my payment, but I'm paying, and I'm taking my beer and I'm leaving. And they let me leave. So apparently they had an ability to take cash even though they didn't want to. Now, I wouldn't have done that to a mom or pop. I wouldn't have done that to a mom or a pop, but I had a bone to pick with 7-Eleven, and I was being petty like that. And let's see here. On the bill, it had the cash amount that it would be, and then listed the card amount. Wait, hold on, Darlene. But we recently went out to breakfast, and on the bill it stated that if you paid if paid with cash over a card, there was a 3% decrease. Absolutely, and that actually, technically speaking, is a legal way to do it. But the way most businesses do it, which is opposite, if you pay with a card, you have to pay extra. That's technically illegal. But you're allowed to give a cash discount. You're just not allowed to give a credit card surcharge. And that law varies from state to state. But I know that at least in Washington, technically speaking, even though it happens everywhere, technically speaking, a surcharge, if you're playing with plastic, is not legal. If they want to, what the business needs to do is build the cost of the surcharge into the price and then deduct that surcharge for cash paying customers, which is so strange. But Pinnell, at the powwow, some vendors took only cash, but others took only e-transfers. Exactly. Yeah, and it all depends on well, it depends on a lot of things. First off, the vendor and how they feel about cash. But also, though, and this is one of the better reasons why I can accept small vendors only doing e-payments. My friend Tony, who owns Soda Wax, he works at the Pike Place Market, and he sells his own product at the Pike Place Market. A lot of vendors at the Pike Place Market who make their own wares don't go to the market to sell their stuff. They have what's known as a selling agent. And the people who make their own product and have a selling agent, they don't like to use all cash because they don't know if they can trust their agent not to steal from them. Where if it's all e-money, they know every sale that was made and they can keep track of every single dollar that went in. And so I can see that point of view as well. It's really though the places like 7-Eleven and Baskin and Robbins that make me angry. Like, you guys are big corporations. Even if you're franchised out, you're big corporations. Figure out how to secure your stuff. And let's see here. Yeah, and then DJ Smook coming in. Heck, a CVS didn't let me use dimes to pay for medicine. The loss prevention agent gave his override to prevent loss. Even the manager approved. Yeah, see, exactly. They've... DJ Smook, that makes me so angry, because first off, it was medicine. And second off, do you really think that I counterfeited these dimes? Do you really think these dimes are counterfeit? Do you really think anyone counterfeited dimes? Yeah, okay. And Rick, your bet is that the banks are forcing this. The crummy bills probably jam the cash counting machines, then they have to a real person count it. Actually, Rick, I wouldn't be surprised if that's one factor that is doing it. And yes, Chuck, I know I need to shut up. I know, I'm hearing you. I saw it the first time and I definitely see it the second time. But I got angry when I read what DJ Smook had to say, and so then I had to read it and be angry for him. And Verdi, though, yep, happened today, the surcharge. And you thought to yourself, nope, won't be going back to that place. And Bacola T brings up a good point. In high traffic places like the Pike Place Market, which if you've never been there, you might not appreciate it, but basically it's a farmer's market that goes around all year long, and it's open stalls, and there is a high danger of pickpockets, and actually it's easy to just do a smash and grab kind of thing as well. I know we're 5 minutes past schedule. Oh well. Schedule? What schedule? We don't need no stinking schedule. And let's see here. And Terry in Scotland, in the 70s, Sears was getting most of their profit from interest on their credit cards. If you bought anything with cash, the salesperson looked upon you with disdain. Not at all surprised, Terry in Scotland, that Sears was making their money that way. If you really examine, it's funny how some stores, their model is like that. If you look at Costco's breakdown of their finances, every year, honestly, the only profit that Costco makes is purely off of their membership cards, because everything else is basically sold, not necessarily at cost, but at the cost that it costs Costco to sell them, wages, etc., etc. And the profit is pretty much purely generated off of their membership fees. And there you go. All right, so in theory, I have Lono listening break loaded. I have to wonder, did we not do a Lono listening break last week or last stream? Because I feel like, all right, I can't even see if this is actually here in my system, so we're just gonna find out. And if it is here, and we did we already watch This Ain't the Mainland last stream? Did we? Because we can fix it anyway. But Bacola T bringing out the obvious point that I think I never thought of, which is why most big box retailers ask if you want to open a credit card. It's the interest, baby. Yep, that totally makes sense. But, all right, so in theory, this is going to be, and by the way, y'all, this has no theme connected to, Oh Darlene. Don't you worry about that one. We're going to have that one taken care of too. But this is a regular Lono listening break, and I don't know. Let's find out if it's here, shall we? Boop.
Jack, way below local speed limit. We know like how fast we go ekahe, elua, ekolo, slow it down, brother. This ain't the mainland. Riding in the old Jack, way below the local speed limit. We know like how fast we go ekahe, elua, ekolo, the little grass shack. It's small, but it's just enough. Now we plan la eka, elua, ekolo, all that luxury condos, brother. This ain't the mainland. We're putting up the little grass shack. It's small, but it's just enough. Now we plan la eka, elua, ekolo, ain't the mainland. Sugar, 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 sugar. Sugar, 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 sugar. Na ulelo o Hawaii, na huna o Hawaii, na mele o Hawaii, Noah, Gabby, Johnny, Kendi. Yeah. Na ulelo o Hawaii, na huna o Hawaii, na mele o Hawaii, Noah, Gabby, Johnny, Kendi. Forget Israel and Skippy. Carl Street.
Oh, sorry.
right, there we go. And now we've got reverb. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's do that. Okay, so, I think I might have forgotten to play our Lona listening break last stream, because I had that one set up for last stream, or I thought I did? I don't know. Anyway, I really like that song, so we were gonna listen to it. And let's see here. You know, it's so funny, Picola T, you mentioned that you hate the credit card spiel right before you land. Honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I don't fly that often, but I've never heard I don't know, maybe Alaska Airlines does it and I'm so poor and I know that I just don't need a credit card that I tune it out. But I don't recall ever hearing an ad for a credit card. It sounds like Hawaiian Airlines is known for it though. And Darlene, I am so glad you are not the only one. I'm so glad me and you are, it's like, I honestly can't remember if it played live stream. Darlene, so I'm right there with you. I feel like last stream is literally, it happened a year ago, and it didn't. I mean, in a couple weeks I'll be able to say something like that, but I don't even, I just don't even. And see, Honda, you made the clam chowder and it turned out good. Awesome. For those of you who don't know what she's talking about, I found on the interwebs a recipe for Ivar's clam chowder. Ivar's is a local fish and chips joint in Seattle that's known for their clam chowder. They sell it retail wise, like at Costco and at other grocery stores. But I got a little recipe so I can make it myself. And Sihondo was wondering, like, can I get the recipe? And so I sent her the recipe and I said, I don't put the sugar in it though. I mean, you can, because the recipe calls for it, but I don't. Now, I don't know whether or not you put the sugar in it or not, but I know it's a tasty recipe. And Sihonda, as it turns out, coincidentally enough, I'm actually going to make some of that clam chowder this very evening, and I'm going to be eating it while I watch Photo Luke's live stream that happens at 7 p.m. West Coast time, 5 p.m. Hawaii time, 10 p.m. on the East Coast, and 9 p.m. Central Time, folk. That's it. And speaking of other people's streams, as Shaq mentioned in the chat, oh so many minutes ago, like probably almost an hour ago, Andy Bumatai, in case you haven't heard, is going to be coming back online, at least for a minute, on January 9th. I don't know what day that is. I can find out in a minute. Let's find out, shall we? January 9th. Oh, that's a Thursday. Okay. So he's going to be coming back Thursday, January 9th, 3 p.m. Hawaii time. And he's going to have an announcement. That's all I know. Oh, okay. Shot coming in with the memory. We played an Andy video last time. Oh, okay, cool. So okay, all right. So I must have... Well, thanks, past Mad Statter, for thinking ahead to future Mad Statter, because future Mad Statter completely spaced. There we go. Wait. What? Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, no way. I thought... All right, well, fine. I guess I'm not going to watch Photo Luke tonight, but I'm still going to make my clam chowder. All right, so I just found out that Photo Luke's stream is not happening tonight. I saw him earlier today, but I thought that was his chat show, and he was gonna... All right, well, never mind. I'm not gonna watch it. And, but I'm still gonna make clam chowder. And Verity, you like your clam chowder with lots of dill and pita bread. Well, I don't know if I've ever had clam chowder with dill in it, but I do know that one of the last times that I made clam chowder, I decided to go to snip up some nori paper and mix the nori in with the clam chowder, and sheets of nori, little nori flakes, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Nori flakes and clam chowder are the bomb. Oh my gosh. It is so good. But wait a second. Coty, I don't need another way to eat French fries because already I have too many ways that I enjoy them. But apparently, Picola likes clam chowder dumped on a plate of fries. And honestly, I can't think of anything wrong with that. That sounds absolutely delicious. I think it's good. Terry, you wonder if bonita flakes would go in clam chowder? Bonita flakes are really dry. Like, you need to boil them, kind of, from what I understand, to rehydrate them. They're really dry. So if you're gonna try the bonita flakes, I would only use the tiniest bit of. I mean, I'll bet you it would taste good if you get it fine enough. Otherwise, you might end up with a hard chunk of fish jerky in the middle of a creamy spoonful of clam chowder, and it's just like, oh no, it's way too much, man. But I'll bet you actually it would be. You just have to flake it really, really thinly so the warmth of the soup can rehydrate it. Because like I said, and I know I'm repeating myself, I think you need to boil it in order to rehydrate it. And it is the 9th, says Darlene. Yeah, it is the 9th for sure. 3 p.m. Hawaii time. What Andy's going to, what he's going to say, I have no idea. But he's got an announcement. I hope his announcement is, I'm back. Or if it's not that, I hope his announcement is, one of my movies and screenplays got picked up. And if it's not that, then I hope it's that he's going to the mainland on tour again. I don't know. We'll see. And it looks like we have Lady Tie-Dye in the house. I missed her. Where did Lady lurking but hugs to all. There you go. And good to see you, Lady Tie-Dye. And clam chowder plus fries plus a cold beer equals a very happy belly. I don't have French fries, but I do have tater tots or tater crowns. So I might have a new side. I might know what I'm having for dinner tonight, and it's a little different than I thought. But it's going to be clam chowders and hash browns. Or not hash browns, tater tots. Or crispy crowns. Whatever the heck. Yummy stuff is what it's going to be. And there we go. All right, so let's see here. Let me wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Who does what? Hold on. Okay, Verity, wait. You do tuna salad that way on chips. When you say tuna salad on chips, you mean with nori paper? With nori chips or hold on. Yeah, Verity, did you mean that you put nori in your tuna salad? Because I've never thought of that, but why not? Or even some furikake in the tuna salad. Well, you guys, I just might have to make some tuna salad as well. I've got some fancy tuna in my cupboard. Maybe we're gonna get fancy tonight and make all sorts of things. So, French fries. Oh, God. Oh, on chip. Oh, you mean chips. Right. Okay. Alrighty. So, let's see here. I had something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about, but I need to find it. Oh, but before I talk to you about that, here, I want to, you sometimes put furikake on your tuna, chicken, or egg salad, broke the jaw. Oh, yeah, DJ Smook, seriously, I have like 3 different kinds of furikake in my flippin' refrigerator door. And I put them on rice all the time. It has never occurred to me to put it in clam chowder, even though I knew to put it in with the nori flakes. Never occurred to me to put it on tuna salad or chicken salad or nothing. And it's brilliant. Brilliant. For those of you who don't know what furikake is, it's flakes of nori, which is dried seaweed. It's sesame seeds. It's a little bit of sugar, There's some other seasonings in there, but basically it's a sesame seed nori seasoning that you put on your rice, and it's just very, very tasty. But totally different subject, except for, well, no, it's a totally different subject. But this Saturday, here, this will be my tie-in. This Saturday, y'all, we're going to be once again watching a movie. If you weren't here earlier and you haven't voted, we're going to be watching a Christmas movie. Furikake on deviled eggs. Looks fancy, but really simple, and it's the bomb. Sign me up. See? Brilliant. Perfect. Let's do that. But this Saturday, we're going to be once again watching 6 p.m. West Coast time, movie. It's going to be a Christmas-themed movie. We have 4 movies to choose from. We have The Ref. We have Elf. We have Scrooged. And we have Daddy's Home 2. So if you haven't already voted, let me know what one you would like to watch this Saturday. And I'll get you all tallied up. And speaking of this Saturday, what is happening this Saturday? It is the solstice, and I've got you down for Elf, bitchy mama. And the solstice, as I'm sure y'all know, is the shortest day of the year for the people in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, totally different story. But in the Northern Hemisphere, shortest day of the year. You want to see how short it is? In Fairbanks, Alaska, this is how short the day is. Check it out, dude. Boop. That's right. The sunrise was at 11 a.m. The sunset was at 2:40. Okay, fine. The sunrise was at 10:59 a.m. and the sunset was at 2:40. And that is the highest the sun ever gets on the solstice in Fairbanks, Alaska. So we're talking like less than 3 hours of sunlight. It's basically sunrise and sunset the whole day. It's the golden hour the entire day. And so if you think that the darkness is a long time where you live, try living up there in Fairbanks, because that is a serious, oh holy night. That's a flying, forkin', flippin', flirpin' long night. And Michimama, I changed your vote to Daddy's Home 2. No problem there. And Rick, what is that in Hawaii Standard Time? Let's see here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Rick. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know what time zone. Is Fairbanks in the Pacific time zone? I guess. Is it in the Pacific time zone? I don't know. Is it just 1 hour difference? So yeah, so it's not in the Pacific time zone. It's in the west of the Pacific time zone. So yeah, I guess it would be you really threw a wrench in that work there, Rick. I was Oh, okay, it's Alaska Standard Time. Yeah, see, I have no idea. Pacola T would definitely know because she's been everywhere. She has been everywhere. And Terry just knows stuff because he knows a lot of stuff. Fairbanks is 1 hour behind Pacific time zone. So 1 hour ahead of Hawaii, 1 hour behind where I'm at. All right, there we go. We're learning today. We're learning all sorts of things. And speaking of learning, here's something else that you might know. Or you might not know. Okay, Michi Mama, are you Florida in the 2000 election? You're changing your mind. We're Bush, we're Gore, we're Bush, we're Gore, we're Bush, we're Gore. So now you're back to Elf. All right, that's cool, no problem. And by the way, I'm just giving you a hard time. I know you were not Florida in 2020. Or no, well, probably not 2020 either, but in 2000. And Pacola T, actually, this next topic that I want to talk about, we could use a map for it, but we don't have to. Well, actually, you know what? Here we go. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use a map, and it'll be for something very different. We're gonna talk about something different. I was gonna talk about something, and now I'm not. Here, you guys want a map? Here's a map. I have a map right here. Boop. There's my map. What is this? Why are we showing a map of the North Pacific Ocean? Why? Here, I'll tell you why. So, up there in the upper left-hand corner, that is a part of Japan. I don't know what part of Japan, and it doesn't really matter. I just want to give you a reference. That is part of Japan. And then over in the bottom right-hand corner, that is Hawaii. That is Hawaii. And then in the middle of all that, that tiny little writing right there, that tiny little writing in the middle right there. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Oops. Okay, it's not really right in the middle anymore. I was trying to make it big. It's not going to work. That is the Midway Atoll. And in the Midway Atoll, the oldest bird in the world lives. And that bird is like 90 some odd years old or something. I can't remember how old Wisdom is, but the name is Wisdom. And Wisdom has had so many babies. And let's see here. All right, so hold on. She's the oldest bird in the world. Okay, no, so she was born in 1951. She's age 73. And she has had multitudes upon multitudes of babies. And when her mate died in 2014, they were pretty sure that Wisdom's mating years were over. And she has flown around the world, like, I think 20 times over her lifetime in regards to the mileage she has chalked up. But this last visit during the nesting season at Midway, she found a new mate. So she is an old mama who still has it going on, and she is still able to give birth. And let's see here. Okay, so since 1956, the USGS has tracked Wisdom since she was first tagged, and has estimated that Wisdom has flown over 3 million miles since 1956, approximately 120 times the Earth's circumference, the circumference of the Earth. And to accommodate her longevity, the USGS has replaced her tag a total of 6 times. And albatrosses basically only lay 1 egg per year, and they're monogamous for life. But because she is so old, she has actually had to find several successive mates in order to continue breeding. They estimate that she has laid some 30 to 40 eggs in her lifetime, and that she has at least 30 to 36 chicks. So she is a little old lady who's still got it going on, and I just thought that that was really cute. And so since y'all wanted a map, well, I thought I'd give you a map. And that Midway Atoll, however you say it, Atoll, whatever, that's where she has most of her babies. And so there we go. That is, that's our map for the day. And Arlene, yes, you saw this video. She still hatches babies. And just recently had another brood that, like you said, they didn't think she'd have anymore. Exactly. And she's doing well. It's all Karen and the Karen Forum. Yep. And Trail Dust, Arlene, I got a winter storm warning for Wisconsin on your phone today. The map showed stopped at St. Croix River, so no storm here. Just because the map said, nope, it won't go here. So there's going to be no storm at St. Croix. Fingers crossed. And Terry, you're not a toll. Surprise. No. But you know what you might be surprised about, Terry? Some people might not know this. They might be surprised about this. Did you guys know that Pyrex is different than Pyrex? What? Yeah, you heard me. Pyrex. It's different than Pyrex. Wait, what? Yeah, Pyrex. Look at the logos. The logos are different, and they're actually different. Which Pyrex do you have in your kitchen? Which Pyrex do you want in your kitchen? Which Pyrex do you need in your kitchen? And what is the difference between the two of them? And where can I get the old formula if I don't want the new formula? What is going on here, Pyrex? All right, so yes, we've got Pyrex versus Pyrex. Actually, new Pyrex is still got the E in it. It's just that one of them, yeah, exactly, Rick. I knew that was going to confuse. I knew I was going to confuse somebody. Look at the logos here, see? Yeah, so go look at your logos. If the logo is like the one on the left, it's lowercase letters, the lowercase p, and that Y, and then the lowercase r, the lowercase e, and then X, because, I mean, you know, that could or could not be lowercase. That is the newer one. If you've got an all capital Pyrex, like the one on the right, all capital one, that is the older one. And yes, absolutely, Verity, you got it. The soda lime glass is got a green hue to it. As you can see in that picture, the soda lime glass of the lowercase Pyrex is the newer version of the Pyrex, and it is sold in the United States and I think Canada. Whereas the older version with all capitals, that is sold in Europe and in Asia and in Africa. Two different companies now manufacture it. The original Pyrex was the all capital. Original Pyrex that is more heat safe and temperature resistant is the all capital Pyrex. It's made from borosilicate glass. All capital. All capital. That's the old one. That is the one that you can put in the oven safely. No stovetop, no broiler, never been able to do that. But you can actually put in the oven. Quilatier has a logo with lowercase that shows 100 years of Pyrex since 1913. Precisely. That is the American-made Pyrex that's now, and it's still, I believe, made by the Corning Company, although I'll have to delve deeper into that. But in 1996, I believe it was, Corningware divided the two Pyrex companies. One of them remained the original, the ones that are capital to this day remain the borosilicate glass. And if you go to other countries, you can still purchase the borosilicate glass stuff. As long as it's the capital Pyrex all the way through, that is the old version. The newer version that is more readily available is made from soda lime glass. And the reason why they did, it's sort of like, what? Why'd they do that? And yeah, exactly, Pinnell, they do have warnings on it. My Pyrex, most of my Pyrex is the old stuff. But the newer stuff that I have very specifically says that you can't put it, you can't even put it in the microwave. You're not even supposed to put it in the microwave. No, you're not supposed to put it in the freezer. That's it. Let's see here. What does it say? No, this one that I'm looking at right here, actually, it just says that it's microwavable, but it says the Pyrex pan that I have that I'm literally looking at, and here this is my Pyrex. This is my old Pyrex. Oops, there we go. You can see that logo, Pyrex logo. This is my new Pyrex. You see how it's kind of greenish? And on the back, it says, no broiler, no stovetop, microwave safe. It doesn't say anything about the oven. So I don't know, but I can only assume. I've only used it in my oven, so. I have read, though, that you can use it in the oven, but the old Pyrex you used to be able to take straight from the freezer and put it to the oven. The new Pyrex, you cannot. Why the flying fork did they do this? Because they've realized and found out, well, a couple reasons. First off, this stuff is cheaper. This is cheaper. So first off, let's remember that. It's cheaper. But they say the reason why they switched formulas is because most of Corning found that most of their damaged and broken glassware wasn't from temperature shock. It wasn't from the oven, the hot to colds. It was from dropping it on the floor. The old stuff has a higher heat resistance, so you can take it from the freezer and put it straight to the oven, and it's not going to break the material. But this stuff is weaker. If I drop it on my floor, it has more likelihood of breaking than if I dropped this one on the floor. So they say the reason why they changed over the formulation was because this is actually sturdier for day-to-day, everyday use in a regular kitchen. Not very many cooks in Corning's history were breaking their stuff because of temperature shock. So this is less breakable if you drop it. And Piccola T, so the new stuff is less shatterproof. Yes and no. In a heat sense, yes, this one is way easier to shatter. If it gets thermal shock, it is way easier to shatter, the newer ones. But if you dropped it, it's way less to shatter than this one. And so, Terry, ever been whacked over the head with a Pyrex dish? That stuff is hard. Yeah. And so one of the reasons why I'm bringing it up to you guys today is because it is the season for holiday baking. And so, I figured people, you like Darlene, she was like, oh, I want to go check out my Pyrex. I figured since y'all are going to probably be in the kitchen or somebody else's kitchen or whatever at some point in the next couple weeks, this is a little trivial bit of conversation that frankly should be safe for the family table over holiday, right? The difference between Pyrex and Pyrex. Did you know? And so basically I just thought it was kind of neat. And here, and basically though, they're both fragile in different and their own ways. So, now don't get me wrong. As much as they'd like to say the reason why they changed this formulation is because it doesn't, if you drop it, it doesn't break as easily. Okay? That's what they say. Okay? Let's all remember though, what did I say first? These are cheaper to manufacture. And I have no doubt in my mind that the reason why they did it is because it's cheaper to manufacture, and the public relations spin they decided to put on it is the whole shatterproof ability. I cannot say that. I have no proof of my hypothesis other than I live in the world I live in. You can decide whether or not I am a crazy conspiracy theorist if you want. I have no problem with that. But that is my theory, okay? And exactly, Piccola T, you're all going to be looking underneath the pans at Christmas potlucks now. That's kind of what I was thinking. It's just like, it's a little scavenger hunt. Ooh, is that a new Pyrex or is that an old Pyrex? Ooh, let me see. And yeah, sure, your host will think you're a weirdo for looking at the bottom of the pan. You do you, boo. You be weird like that. And let's see here, Pinnell, I have baked bread in my new glass loaf pans. They have to look to see if they're Pyrex. Right, exactly. Now, and remember though, you guys, Pyrex isn't the only baking glass out there. There's Duralex. There's a bunch of different things. Duralex, I think, is a French version. But hold on, let me go back to what? Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so yes, the lowercase Pyrex now is available in Canada and the United States. The old-fashioned borosilicate one is still made. The all capitals, that is used in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Now, the weird thing is, and I don't have exactly the timeline for when this happened, but, no, we're not going to drop it and see if it breaks, because I'll have to clean it up, and I've got bare feet. But But now I do know that in the UK, there might be a slightly different timeline. Because in the UK, now they use the European, the capital. But apparently there was a time when the Pyrex that was available in the UK was actually, gosh, I wish I could figure out where it was. In England, let's see here. I'm trying to find where I found this. Anyway, in England, they were using the soda lime glass for a while, but then the soda lime mine where they were getting it, that was in England, closed up shop, like in, I don't know, I'm going to say 2017 or something. And so once that lime mine, soda lime mine, whatever the heck they were, I don't know. Once that closed in England, the UK went back to the old borosilicates. So I don't know what the timeline for Pyrex is in the UK. I do know, though, that across the board, all capital PYREX is the borosilicate. And I also know if you at all can see a green hue, even though it looks clear, you can all see if you can see a green hue, that's soda lime glass. Period, end of story. So yeah. And Rick, that sounds like a fantastic idea. I'll inspect that Holiday glassware from the inside of my empty glass. And another good PSA from Rick, never bake anything in Tupperware. Yes, indeedly do. And eMusic, oh, right. Rick, let us know when you start seeing double. That's exactly it. All right, so we got the 2-minute warning about 3 minutes ago. We've got a little bit left, 1 little minute left. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. I want to thank all of the people involved in the hype train, all of the bits, all of the more bits, all of the subs, all of the resubs, all of the watching streaks. I want to thank the mods for being here. I don't think we needed you. I mean, we always need you, but I don't think you had to do much. And if you did do much, you did it so fast I didn't even notice. So sweet. And yeah, I just want to thank all y'all for voting in our vote. So far, we've got one for the ref, 1 for Elf, and 4 for Scrooged. But we're going to continue this vote on Saturday. I'm going to bring in all 4 and we'll see which one, we'll see which one wins, I guess. And let's see here, Rick, when you wait, hold on, no, Terry, you put spaghetti in a plastic mixing bowl in the microwave once and forgot to add water. Set your microwave on fire. That's a new level of cooking failure, Terry. I'm not gonna lie. That's brag-worthy. That is as brag-worthy as the time that I tried to make rice on the stove and instead it burned. It caught on fire. I caught my rice on fire on the stove. And by the way, y'all, okay, I didn't forget to put the water in. Oh, that's right. There was water in that there rice that I caught on fire. So Terry at least had dry stuff to begin with. I had stuff in water that I caught on fire. So, dueling kitchen fires by Terry and Matt Statter. Microwave versus stove. We both lose. All right, then, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hopefully, we'll see each other on Saturday, 6 p.m. West Coast time. Twitch, Map. That's right, Map Statter. And we'll see what we're going to be watching. It'll be something Christmassy, either Scrooged, either The Ref, or either Elf, because those are the ones that have votes. So those will be the 3 we'll be voting on Saturday. PSA 2. Those black plastic utensils are safe to use. Sure, they have some chemicals, but not too much. There you go, Rick. Laissez-faire attitude. And hey, Molly, look for something in my P.O. box, says Darlene. Darlene, no worries. I'm expecting some rain boots. that should have been here on Monday. And so I've been going to my P.O. box every single day like it's Christmas. Because I live in Washington and I don't have rain boots and I need my rain boots, okay? Anyway, so so yeah. And Picola T and Shocker asking a great question. Will there be a stream next Wednesday? Honestly, you guys, I haven't really decided. I was thinking of taking the night off. On the other hand, I'm not doing anything either. So, why don't we say probably not? And what I can say is, if we do, we don't need no stinking mods. I can hit, like, don't anybody be obliged to think that they have to do nothing. Don't, like, even if we do stream, like, it's not, you have the day off, okay? You know, or if you want to come mod while you're all wasted and drunk, that's cool too. I don't care. It's all good. But I don't really know. So we are super late right now. I know. But the next couple streams, we're going to watch this video. I don't care. We're going to watch it because we watched it last year and we're going to watch it again this year. And we're going to watch it on Wednesday or on Sunday and everything. And we're watching it right now tonight. That's right. We have a second Lono listening break because we do.
Okay, we all know Christmas is right around the corner next week. So here's a Christmas song from Molokai to all the kids out there in Santa Claus, okay? Oh, Rudolph got ran over by my tutu, bringing Christmas presents for the Mo'opuna. No one was a-looking, now Rudolph is a-cooking, 'cause Rudolph tastes so good on Christmas Eve. Sing it out loud, don't tell the kids. Rudolph tastes so good on Christmas Eve. Rudolph tastes so good on Christmas Eve. You better not shout, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Rudolph tastes so good on Christmas. Rudolph tastes so good on Christmas. Rudolph tastes so good on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. Can't let it.
See, Darlene, I told you I had that video on cue. I know, exactly. I knew what song you meant, and I was like, hold up, girl, that'll be happening. All right, you guys, on that note, we are out of here. Take care. Have a good one. And